Most of us use AI like a short-term memory, wiped clean every time we close the browser tab. You ask a question, get an answer, and the system forgets you exist. But we are going to build something entirely different, a permanent, personalized AI brain. Instead of starting from scratch every session, this system retains absolute context on your life. It learns your exact decision-making style, mimics your behavior, and acts as a central operating system that bursts outward into all your daily workflows. To do this, you first need to upgrade to a paid premium AI model. The free versions give you slower responses and older reasoning engines, which simply won't have the processing power required to run a comprehensive digital clone. Next, you need a place to actually store this brain. We are going to use a free application called Obsidian, which will serve as your localized digital vault. Over the next few minutes, we will go step by step to construct this local system from the ground up, organize your data, and set up the automations that allow it to improve itself autonomously. Moving your AI interactions out of isolated chat windows and into a permanent, structured database is what turns a generic tool into a highly specific digital clone. Step 1 is opening Obsidian and establishing a new vault on your local computer. We avoid standard cloud storage like Google Drive here because those systems are essentially just digital filing cabinets, and we need a dynamic environment that an AI can actually process. Obsidian handles this perfectly because it relies entirely on Markdown files, which end in .md. Markdown is crucial because it strips away complex formatting. It provides the absolute cleanest, most universally readable text structure, allowing any AI reasoning engine to parse your notes natively and instantly. With the vault open, we have to establish your AI's persona and decision-making framework. We do this by creating 3 specific files at the root of your vault. The first is user.md, which houses your personal operating frameworks and background details. The second is soul.md. This defines your exact tone and sets strict rules, like instructing the AI to eliminate corporate fluff, avoid hedgy words, and communicate with direct conviction. The third is identity.md, where you define the AI's specific role. You can explicitly instruct it to act as your chief of staff or an accountability partner. Do not try to write these files from scratch. Open your AI, tell it you need to build these 3 documents, and prompt it to interview you about your values, communication style, and workflow. Let the AI draft the files for you. Without this specific baseline, any AI you use will default to sounding like a generic corporate robot. By anchoring it with these documents, the system inherits your exact strategic context and operational values. Now we have a brain, but it's empty. If you just dump unstructured information into it, the AI will drown in the noise and eventually hallucinate bad answers. We solve this by wiring the brain with a strict, rigid folder hierarchy. We need to clearly segregate every piece of context so the AI knows exactly where to look. Set up these 7 mandatory folders inside your vault: people, projects, decisions, companies, meetings, daily, and knowledge. As your vault grows, you can add an advanced 8th folder called Maps of Content, which you will use specifically to consolidate and summarize dense bodies of work, like complex project plans. Next, we feed the brain. The most efficient way to capture data is by connecting an AI meeting transcription tool, like Granola, directly to your daily workflow. We don't want raw, noisy transcripts. Instead, configure a custom prompt inside your transcription software to extract exactly 4 specific targets from every meeting: decisions made, commitments assigned, work preferences observed, and key insights gained. The transcription tool processes the conversation, skips the small talk, and outputs only those highly concentrated insights as clean Markdown files. Finally, configure your software to automatically drop those structured Markdown files directly into the Meetings folder we created earlier. By actively filtering your daily conversations into categorized, structured insights, you eliminate the junk data that causes hallucinations and guarantee your AI only accesses verified facts. The human brain uses sleep to process, summarize, and organize the day's exposure. Our localized AI needs the exact same routine. We are going to establish a daily automation routine that forces the digital brain to continuously organize itself and upgrade its own intelligence. We do this by feeding the AI a specific prompt: read today's editions, consolidate duplicates, create files for unlinked people, flag strategic items for tomorrow. You can run this manually, but the advanced execution is scheduling a cron job using a tool like Claude to execute that prompt completely hands-free every night at 11 p.m. While you sleep, the AI scans your vault, identifies scattered daily notes, and pulls them together into an interconnected, highly organized structure. Pruning away duplicate entries and solidifying these new connections directly increases the signal-to-noise ratio for any future questions you ask it. Applying this nightly automation turns what would have been a static repository of digital notes into a compounding intelligence that literally gets smarter while you sleep. Now we can see the ultimate payoff of this system. When you give the AI a command like, "Send the invite to John," it executes flawlessly. It doesn't have to ask which John. The AI calculates which node in your vault has the highest density of links connected to that specific name, based on your recent meetings and decisions. It instantly accesses John's contact info from his dedicated folder, then drafts the message utilizing the exact tone you defined in your identity files. This high-speed execution of multi-step tasks instantly shifts the technology from a basic assistant into an autonomous digital proxy operating on your behalf. If you want to scale this system across an organization, DM me on Instagram with the keyword YouTubeOS to receive my team playbook. Or check the link in the description to learn about building your own AI business. Investing the initial time to build a structured, automated brain buys back countless days of future work, simply by offloading your operational friction entirely.